Hey, I'm Kelly and he's Rich, and we've been doing all our holidays and travels in our converted bus for the last 2.5 years.
And that means that it is looking a bit tired, and we've got a fair few jobs to do to get it back up and running before we get on our next trip. But before we do that, we wanted to call attention to a recent poll that we did on our community tab.
So we asked you in the community tab of the poll what you thought the hidden costs would be for having a van.
68% of you said repairs and maintenance, which is actually what we wanted to talk about first because we've had a bit of a shocker.
Just a little bit. On our recent trip to France when we took Lily to Disneyland, Paris, we noticed that there wasn't something quite right with the brakes.
But every time we're braking, we were getting a hell of a vibration through the steering wheel.
So we thought we'd best book it into the garage to be checked because we thought it was probably about time it had a brake refresh anyway.
Yeah, the last two MOTs we've had an imbalance, but it's passed,
Yeah.
and they've said just carry on as normal. It's perfectly safe. However, it went in. Here's the list. So it needed front caliper on the front completely refurbished. It needed a rebuild on the other side. It needed new front discs, new front pads, new front bearings on the front as well. On the back, I needed one new caliper, so not so bad on the back. Needed new disc and pads on the back. And there was something wrong with the rear spring chamber as well. So it basically needed like all new brakes, apart from the pipes, because we had those done
Not long ago.
Not long ago.
A year or so. But she also passed her MOT, so you know.
Another year. However,
Yeah. How much do you think all that work cost? We budgeted a certain amount that we thought worst case scenario it would cost, and it ended up being a lot more. So why don't you have a guess below in the comments, and the person who guesses to the nearest pound is correct, we will send you a load of our stickers.
yeah, put it in the comments. With that, we're going to get on with some of the jobs that we've been putting off. One of the jobs that I have to do is actually fix this drawer. So when we were away in France on one of our most recent trips, the whole drawer flew out on our way over to Channel Tunnel and on the other side, and actually flew out all the way into the aisleway here. And then I had to do a bodge to basically hold it in place with this stay here. So what I'm going to need to do is take the drawer out and fix the sliders. So I'm going to take them out now, whilst at the same time replacing my filter, which is one of our last videos, and then put a new stay in here. Here you go. Ah! Oh, yeah. What then ensued was basically a little bit of idiocy. I didn't take anything out of the drawer. Everything fell out. But now it does slide in and out. I just put everything back in. Then put my new latch on. Job done. Another job that I have to redo is my siliconing at the bottom of my tiles. For whatever reason, and I think it's 100% user error, when I did this about 2 and a bit years ago, it didn't look great then, but it looks worse now. And I think what it was is because when I added the silicone on, I sprayed it down with a lot of soapy water, and it's got in behind it whilst it's done it, and it hasn't actually adhered properly. So I'm having to do that horrible task, and I don't know if anyone's ever done it on here, you'll know what I mean, of removing it all. So I've run the scrape all the way along the bottom. I'm just going to go along with a scalpel, see if I can pull this out. But today's task has made all the worse because I've got COVID and so's Kelly. But I've come out here today just to see if I can get a little bit of light exercise because I'm feeling a little bit grotty. But it's like the nicest and sunniest day of the year. So we'll get this removed and then see if I can see if my silicone has got actually any better. Okay, so I've masked up. Appreciate lots of people don't do this, but I am not very good at siliconing, hence getting it wrong in the first place. I've masked it up. I've been practicing outside with my silicone as well. I'm actually going to lube up the tool this time rather than the wall and see if I get a better result. I hate doing this. I hope it comes out better than what it was. Let's sit and hope. Honestly, don't follow my advice on this one. This is more of a miracle if it succeeds. I hate siliconing. I truly hate doing this. I think I've mentioned it already. But it's done. I am just going to take off the masking tape and tidy up. I think it is better than it was. Albeit not perfect. Good. Right, now I'm not going to fiddle with that much more. Just going to get that excess off there. Let it dry overnight. Let's see how it looks in the morning. It looks a bit better, but it's not great. I'm not thrilled with it. Now, when we built the bus, we obviously used tons of plywood. Not literally, but you know, I do like to exaggerate. Good thing about it is it's a nice natural product. Over time, it's like aged like wonderfully. It's got a bit of a darker hue to it than when we actually put it up, which we really like. One of the bad things though is that we osmo oiled this, and this needs to be really done every year, and we've not done it. And we've been using it, as I mentioned earlier, for about 2.5 years now. And it's starting to show its wear and tear, especially in areas where we have condensation, i.e. the windows. So windows again, love that we've got the windows, but when we're using it in colder weather, especially over winter or wetter climates like the UK is constantly, we do get the condensation in the corners. And what that's done is caused the tannins in the wood to react, and we've got watermarks, black marks in the corner of each of the windows. And actually, I've come up with 2 ways that I could repair this today. One of them is using this sticky backed plastic stuff, which I'm not a huge fan of because I think it looks a bit fake. But I've replaced one of the windowsills with it over here. The other option that I've got, I've added white vinegar to all of the stains, and that's got rid of the nastiest part of it, I would say, but you've still got black marks on there. And then I've bought this tannin spot remover, and I've just soaking it in there to see how it can take it away. And then we can re-oil it, albeit with some marks that are still in there. Now, that's actually my preferred option, and it sounds weird because, you know, for the most part, we've got everything in here like just so. But other parts, we've got like little rusty bits everywhere, we've got quirks of the van, so I don't mind that that's there. I just don't want it to look as bad as it did. However, I need a second opinion, so I'm going to get the boss out here to see what she thinks, because she's got a better eye for this sort of thing than I do. Okay, so I have just given Kelly a mic, but I've not told her why she's coming out here, so this is genuine terrifying, because she might go against what I'm thinking here, in which case I'm going to be chopping up a lot of this plastic stuff to put on. Let's see. Hey!
What's occurring?
Right, let me talk you through it. We've got 2 window sills. One's got this plasticky stuff on, and one's got the bare. I've kind of bleached it back as best as I could, and then I've oiled it.
I'm not keen on the plastic.
Yeah.
I'd rather just see a bit of a mouldy stain, I think.
And that's good, because that's what I just said.
Okay. I didn't know I was inside, being good.
So that's good news. I think what we'll do then is I'll strip that off and I'll rub it back. This bleach stuff that I've got, what I have found, I won't be able to show you it in this video. If you haven't concentrated, it does leave a mark. So you have to do the whole sill.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's what we'll do, and I think that will make it look better. But this one down here is fairly even. You can see what we're going to get. We're going to be osmo oiling. So if anyone wants to come and have an osmo party, please do.
A lot to do.
Now that we've done the windowsills and the siliconing and everything's like, I'm not even sure if it looks any better. One thing that I wanted to point out is when you go into the garage, does it ever come back? I mean, this is after I've given it a clean, but covered in rust and oil and crud. Because it really gets my goat that when you spent the amount that we spent. which, by the way, you should put down in the comments. And with that little gripe, we're coming to the end of these odd jobs.
We're going to be back really soon though, because we have a load of work to do on some new back doors and a new bonnet that we have sourced.
And in the meantime, you can check out more of our videos up here.
1, 2, 3.
Bye!